my esteemed colleague and I
Okay. The senator from Louisiana has 30 seconds, and the senator from South Carolina has 4 minutes.
Thank you, Scooter. I'm Mr. President. Mr. President, I appreciate my colleagues' support. I don't mean any disrespect to anybody. But this town operates on two wrongs, don't make it right, but they do make it even. It's time that Congress have a say in how the money's being spent. And this doesn't say the money can't be spent. It just says Congress gets to approve it.
Mr. President, I really like my good friend from the great state of Louisiana. And Scooter's cousin Bubba called me recently. And I got to tell you that there's no doubt in my mind that the importance of the Defense Production Act is undeniable. And specificity is a necessary component for us to have our oversight. And that is why this administration, unlike the last administration, has committed to making sure that we understand how the resources in the DPA will be spent. We have that commitment on a quarterly basis to receive the necessary information so that we understand with great clarity and transparency how the dollars within the DPA will be spent. But here's what we also know, that we remain reliant on China for critical minerals. Here's what we know, that the United States of America, the city on the hill, remains dependent on foreign powers for our necessary resources. We are not self-reliant in areas that matter the most to the American people and, frankly, to America's future. Now, you can think of this as just hyperbole, but the fact of the matter is clear when you look back to recent issues like COVID and PPE. We were begging China to help the American people, Mr. President. We were begging China for medicine, masks. We cannot allow this great nation to be dependent on other nations. We must become more self-reliant. And in the spirit of self-reliance, this administration, whom I will say, I trust President Trump. I trust his word to produce the results we need for this nation, to make sure that we are self-reliant, and I trust the president to produce the information that will satisfy my good friend, Senator Kennedy. But let me close with this. We need the DPA, and we need the funding at the levels requested. We must make sure we always have the resources to produce for ourselves if there's another COVID. In the same way that we use the DPA to build levees and flood walls after Hurricane Katrina, we need to make sure we have the resources in place for natural emergencies. In the same way that the DPA was used to help protect service members who were deployed overseas from IEDs, we need the DPA. So, Mr. President, I ask my colleagues to vote no on this amendment. The pending amendment does not produce a change in outlays of revenues. I raise a point of order under Section 313B1A of the Congressional Budget Act of 1974.
Senator from Louisiana.
Excuse me, Mr. President.
Take your time.
Thank you, sir. Pursuant to Section 904 of the Congressional Budget Act of 1974, I move to waive the point of order, reminding the body that I'm not striking the spending, I'm just asking Congress to approve it. And I ask for the ayes and nays.
Is there a sufficient second? There appears to be. The court will call the roll.
Ms. Also Brooks. Ms. Baldwin. Mr. Banks. Mr. Barrasso. Mr. Bennett. Mrs. Blackburn. Mr. Blumenthal. Ms. Blunt-Rochester. Mr. Booker. Mr. Bozeman. Mrs. Britt. Mr. Budd, Ms. Cantwell, Mrs. Capito, Mr. Cassidy, Ms. Collins, Mr. Coons, Mr. Cornyn, Ms. Cortez Masto. Mr. Cotton, Mr. Kramer, Mr. Crapo, Mr. Cruz, Mr. Curtis, Mr. Daines, Ms. Duckworth, Mr. Durbin, Ms. Ernst, Mr. Fetterman, Mrs. Fisher, Mr. Gallego, Mrs. Gillibrand, Mr. Graham, Mr. Grassley, Mr. Haggerty, Ms. Hassan, Mr. Hawley, Mr. Heinrich, Mr. Hickenlooper, Ms. Hirono, Mr. Hoven, Mr. Husted, Mrs. Hyde-Smith, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Justice, Mr. Kane, Mr. Kelly, Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Kim, Mr. King, Ms. Klobuchar, Mr. Langford, Mr. Lee, Mr. Lujan, Ms. Lummis, Mr. Markey, Mr. Marshall, Mr. McConnell, Mr. McCormick, Mr. Merkley, Mrs. Moody, Mr. Moran, Mr. Moreno, Mr. Mullen, Ms. Markowski, Mr. Murphy, Mrs. Murray, Mr. Ossoff, Mr. Padilla, Mr. Paul, Mr. Peters, Mr. Reed, Mr. Ricketts, Mr. Risch, Ms. Rosen, Mr. Rounds, Mr. Sanders, Mr. Schatz, Mr. Schiff, Mr. Schmidt, Mr. Schumer, Mr. Scott of Florida, Mr. Scott of South Carolina, Mrs. Shaheen, Mr. Sheehy, Ms. Slotkin, Ms. Smith, Mr. Sullivan, Mr. Thune, Mr. Tillis, Mr. Tuberville, Mr. Van Hollen, Mr. Warner, Mr. Warnock, Ms. Warren, Mr. Welch, Mr. Whitehouse, Mr. Wicker, Mr. Wyden, Mr. Young. Senators voting in the affirmative: Blunt Rochester, Booker, Cantwell, Cassidy, Collins, Cornyn, Cortez Masto, Grassley, Heinrich, Hickenlooper, Kane, Kennedy, King, Klobuchar, Lujan, Merkley, Murphy, Murray, Ossoff, Padilla, Hall, Reed, Schiff, Shaheen, Smith, Tillis, Van Hollen, Warner, Welch. Ms. Hassan, aye. Senators voting in the negative: Also Brooks, Banks, Blackburn, Blumenthal, Kramer, Cruz, Curtis, Daines, Duckworth, Durbin, Ernst, Fisher, Hirono, Hyde-Smith, Justice, Kim, Lankford, Marshall, Moody, Moreno, Ricketts, Rosen, Rounds, Scott of South Carolina, Sheehy, Tuberville, Warren, Whitehouse, Wicker. Mr. Haggerty, no. Mr. Schatz, no. Mr. Durbin, aye. Mr. Husted, no. Ms. Slotkin, no. Mr. Cotton, no. Mr. Schumer, aye. Mr. Bozeman, no. Mr. Peters, no. Mr. Young, no. Mr. Hoven, no. Mr. Warnock, aye. Mr. Haggerty? No.
On this vote, the yeas are 49, the nays are 51. The motion is not agreed to.
Mr. President,
Senator from California.
I have a motion to commit at the desk.
The clerk will report.
The senator from California, Mr. Schiff, moves to commit the bill H.R. 1 to the Committee on Agriculture, Nutrition,
Ask
and
that
Forestry.
further reading of the motion be dispensed with.
Without objection.
Mr. President, my motion is simple. It will prevent families with kids under 12 from losing food assistance under the bill. It's bad enough we're borrowing money, trillions of dollars from our kids and grandkids to pay for tax cuts for rich people, but it is worse still that we leave families hungry today. I reserve the balance of my time.
Mr. President,
Senator from Arkansas.
I rise in opposition to the motion raised by my colleague from California. The agricultural title of this bill takes a practical approach to improve SNAP by reducing waste, enhancing accountability, and encouraging recipients to move toward self-reliance through work and training. SNAP spending has nearly doubled since 2018, putting this vital program on an unsustainable path wrought with mismanagement and waste. SNAP is long overdue for change. This program has devolved into viewing success as enrolling more individuals to be dependent on government assistance. This motion would jeopardize the ability for the Senate to meet its reconciliation instructions and deliver the President's agenda to the American people. I urge my colleagues to vote no.
Spending my time feeding hungry kids is not waste. And if we have to send this bill back to committee to fix it and bring it back so kids can get fed, we should do it. This bill is going to take lunches out of school cafeterias. It's going to mean hungry families. You can't pick a number like $200 billion out of thin air and say you can take that money for tax cuts and not leave a lot of American kids hungry. I urge an aye vote.
The question is on the motion.
I ask for the yeas and nays.
Is there a sufficient second? There appears to be. The clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Also Brooks. Ms. Baldwin. Mr. Banks. Gotcha. Mr. Barrasso, Mr. Bennett, Mrs. Blackburn, Mr. Blumenthal, Ms. Blunt Rochester, Mr. Booker, Mr. Bozeman, Mrs. Britt, Mr. Budd, Ms. Cantwell, Mrs. Capito, Mr. Cassidy, Ms. Collins, Mr. Coons, Mr. Cornyn, Ms. Cortez Masto, Mr. Cotton, Mr. Kramer, Mr. Crapo, Mr. Cruz, Mr. Curtis, Mr. Daines, Ms. Duckworth, Mr. Durbin, Ms. Ernst, Mr. Fetterman, Mrs. Fisher, Mr. Gallego, Mrs. Gillibrand, Mr. Graham, Mr. Grassley, Mr. Haggerty, Ms. Hassan, Mr. Langford, Mr. Lee, Mr. Lujan, Ms. Lummis, Mr. Markey, Mr. Marshall, Mr. McConnell, Mr. McCormick, Mr. Merkley, Mrs. Moody, Mr. Moran, Mr. Moreno, Mr. Mullen, Ms. Murkowski, Mr. Murphy, Mrs. Murray, Mr. Ossoff, Mr. Padilla, Mr. Paul, Mr. Peters, Mr. Reed, Mr. Ricketts, Mr. Risch, Ms. Rosen, Mr. Rounds, Mr. Sanders, Mr. Schatz, Mr. Schiff, Mr. Schmidt, Mr. Schumer, Mr. Scott of Florida, Mr. Scott of South Carolina, Mrs. Shaheen, Mr. Sheehy, Ms. Slotkin, Ms. Smith, Mr. Sullivan, Mr. Thune, Mr. Tillis, Mr. Tuberville, Mr. Van Hollen, Mr. Warner, Mr. Warnock, Ms. Warren, Mr. Welch, Mr. Whitehouse, Mr. Wicker, Mr. Wyden, Mr. Young. Senators voting in the affirmative: Also Brooks, Baldwin, Bennett, Blumenthal, Blunt Rochester, Booker, Cantwell, Coons, Cortez Masto, Duckworth, Gallego, Hassan, Hickenlooper, Hirono, Kim, King, Klobuchar, Lujan, Markey, Merkley, Murray, Ossoff, Padilla, Peters, Reed, Rosen, Schiff, Shaheen, Slotkin, Van Hollen, Whitehouse, Wyden. Mr. Fetterman, aye. Senators voting in the negative: Banks, Barrasso, Bozeman, Capito, Cassidy, Collins, Cornyn, Cotton, Kramer, Crapo, Cruz, Curtis, Fisher, Graham, Grassley, Haggerty, Hawley, Hyde-Smith, Justice, Kennedy, Lankford, Lummis, Marshall, McCormick, Moody, Moran, Moreno, Mullen, Paul, Ricketts, Risch, Rounds, Schmidt, Scott of South Carolina, Sheehy, Sullivan, Tillis, Tuberville, Wicker, and Young. Ms. Smith, aye. Mr. Murphy, aye. Mr. Heinrich, aye. Mr. Welch, aye. Mr. Durbin, aye. Mr. Husted, no. Mr. Budd, no. Mr. Kelly, aye. Mr. Sanders, aye. Mr. Kane, aye. Mrs. Blackburn, no. Mr. Curtis, no. Mrs. Britt, no. Mr. Warner, aye. Mr. Schatz, aye. Mr. Warnock, aye. Mr. Daines, no. Mr. Thune, no. Mr. McConnell, no. Ms. Ernst, Ms. Ernst, no. Mr. Scott of Florida, no. Mr. Johnson, no. Mr. Lee, no. Ms. Warren, aye. Mr. Hoven, no. Mrs. Gillibrand, aye. Mr. Schumer, aye.